guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca, and here on my little corner of the web I like to talk about budgeting and lifestyle, and today I am sharing my November 2021 budget with me. So every month I make this budget myself and I put it in my Plum paper planner and I theme it to match their sticker subscription kit. So this month, let me show you what that looks like. It's very cute and fall, traditional. I like the colors. And I just wanted to address really quickly. So I have in the past been, like filming my plan with me's and like listing these budget templates on Etsy and just filming a lot more videos in general. But I have cut back a little bit from that because I am so busy right now, just with the starting of my business and doing a lot of work, just like investing in that before I can make a lot of money from that. And so I just don't have time. And so I wanted to address that. So I wanted to still make like my original like budget with me's and budget wrap ups because that's why I started this channel and I love doing that and it's really fun to me. But the other stuff just became less fun. And since I do this as a hobby, I kind of was like, well, what's the point then? Because it's not, like, I don't make money from this. I'm not trying to make money from this. So if I'm not enjoying it, it's really not worth it to me. So that's kind of an explanation for why you've seen a little less videos from me recently. But I love sharing my budget with you on the internet. It helps keep me accountable, honestly, because every time I make a purchase, I'm like, oh no, how am I going to explain this to the internet if it wasn't in the budget? But I will just get into it. If you are new to my channel, that was all probably really unnecessary for you to hear. But hello, I'm Becca. I live with my husband Jared in the Dallas area. We are a dual income household with no kids. And I always share like our total income, but I don't share the individual income sources of, I have a part-time job with a nonprofit, and then he works as a draftsman for an architect, and I do that for his privacy because he didn't really ask to be on the internet. But I have been sharing just like what I plan to take home from my business. This is a new thing, and I've said in my other videos, like, I have really just kind of gotten this off the ground recently. I had another part-time job in the nonprofit sector that I quit in July as soon as I finished paying off debt. We were on like this debt journey, and you can watch my older videos to learn more about that. But I started really focusing time towards my business as soon as I quit because I had so much more time on my hands, and I have finally gotten to a place where I'm able to take a little bit home for my business instead of spending my own money on business expenses, which is really great, and that is a huge milestone for me. So it may not seem like a lot, but I'm planning on taking home $120 this month, and that's a huge win for me, and I have to remind myself that because it can be really disappointing when I look at all of the work that I'm doing and the hours that I'm putting in right now and the very small amount that I'm taking home. But I have to remember that I'm building it and this is a reality, and I'm very blessed that I am in this position where I'm able to do work without getting paid, So that's exciting. And then I don't think we have any miscellaneous income that we're expecting this month. So our total that we plan to take home this month is $4,970, which we are starting to budget with this lower amount, obviously, since I quit, but since I no longer can rely on the income that I had for sure from my other job. But every month since, every month I look at this and I'm like, oh, this is such a low number. And I know for some of you this might be a high number, and I know that we do have a higher income, and I'm so grateful that we are able to take care of all of our needs and reach some savings goals, but it is lower than we were budgeting with in the past. So that's what I mean when I say it's lower. And there's just less wiggle room in reaching working on the goal that we are focused on right now. But I actually, I keep budgeting with this lower number, but in the past 2 months, we've actually come in ahead of that to match the amount that we were making before. And so I think that is a really good sign that quitting my job was the right move for me and for our family. We are believers, so which is right in the next category actually I'll talk about. But so I really felt like that was God telling me to quit that job because it wasn't, I just didn't really agree with the beliefs of the organization, and I felt like it was kind of holding us back and causing me to be not very nice a lot of times because I was so frustrated with the work and everything about that. So I do think that we took a leap of faith, and it has been blessed back towards us, at least right now. And obviously, some months we have lower income, and that's totally fine too. I don't expect that we always will have higher than we plan for. But So the next category in our budget is our tithe, and that's always the first expense that we have. So we give to our church. This month we are planning on $348, and then we also tithe to other ministries that we believe in, and we have planned for $157 towards that, so a total of $505. And then we have our bills, and I've just like written these out ahead of time to save time. So our mortgage is always $1,200, and I'm very happy. I just got our property tax bill, sorry, in the mail for next year, and I was expecting it to go up because in Texas, property taxes are so high, and they are like specifically our neighborhood is a very desirable location. We live in a downtown square, cute historic district area, which is great, but it means that every year as like more people move to this area and there's like more infrastructure being built, our home value is going to go up. So our property tax bill actually came in lower than last year, so we are going to be, it's like lower by $10 than what we were estimated to pay. So like last year we bought our first home, so that was the first year that they were estimating our taxes, right? And it has been lowered, which is great. And they actually sent us like a refund, but I think that they miscalculated because they sent us a refund for almost $2,000 like for an escrow overage. And I was like, that's not right. Like, I don't think this is accurate. So we didn't know, and we didn't want to take that money and then be short later, because I know you can be short on your escrow. So we actually just like deposited that money straight back into our escrow account, which is like luckily a feature that we have on our online mortgage banking system. But I kind of wish that we had kept just a little bit of it out if we are going to be, you know, paying more in our estimated taxes than our tax bill. But either way, easy come, easy go money. Wasn't that big of a deal. So the next thing is my phone bill, which is $44 always. But this is actually going to be raised next month, I think by $10. So I got an October is my birthday month. We're currently in October. And I got an Apple Watch for my birthday. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of trouble with it because I didn't actually like the color that I picked out. It didn't look as good as me as I thought it would in the picture, so I wanted to like exchange it for a different one, but because it was a gift not purchased by me, like I sent it back and they said they'd send me a gift receipt, and then they actually didn't, and I just got a text saying like, hey, did you return your Apple Watch? Because I got a refund from the person who gave it to me, and I was like, yep, sure did. And so it's been like this whole process, and it's taken this whole month from like they ordered it at the beginning of the month, and like is still a problem. So I don't know when I'll set that up to get like the cellular service, but it is going to be $10 a month. So this will go up by that amount. And then Wi-Fi, our Wi-Fi is always $70. And I wonder, like, as I start to grow my business, I know a lot of these expenses, like I work from my home, and I drive a lot because I drive to events. Some of these expenses, like our Wi-Fi and like our car insurance, that I can maybe start deducting a little bit for tax purposes as like business expenses, but I don't know yet. I still have to like figure all that out. But electricity, I already know that this bill is going to be $98, which is so much better for us than in the past. So I said on here before that we had an like a electricity plan that gave you a discount on your electricity if you used between 1,000 and 2,000 kilowatt hours, and we never use that. We always use under 1,000 kilowatt hours because our house is so small. But when we would come really close, like literally one time it was like 990 kilowatt hours. So the bill was $167, and if we just used 7 more kilowatt hours, we would have had a $100 discount. I was so mad, but this year they let us sign up for a different plan where if you use under 1,000 kilowatt hours, you get a $50 statement credit. So immediately, like I am seeing the benefits from that. And I don't know why that wasn't an option at first, because like I knew that I don't know, it's a whole story. I don't need to get into it. But long story short, our electricity bill should be lower now that we're on this new plan. Our water, sewer, and trash bill, I haven't gotten that one yet, but just like an estimate from the past year, our average water bill is $85, so that's what I'm going to put. And then natural gas, I already got this bill. It's going to be $36. Car insurance is $150. Jared's health insurance is $161. Our life insurance for both of us is $59. And my gym membership is $22 for a total of $19.25 in bills. And then our next category is expenses. So for groceries and household, we've just recently upped the budget to $450. So we'll be doing that. Thank you, inflation. Eating out, we're doing $180. Gas, I am budgeting $100. And I may need to start upping this because the gas prices have really gone up, which isn't affecting me very much because other than events, I don't drive very much because I do all of the rest of my work from home, and I drive a hybrid. So my gas fill-ups are like $20 or $25, but Jared's like his last fill-up was like $45, which is a lot higher than it has been in the past. So I don't know yet. And then his allowance is $100, and mine, ooh, my pen is running out of ink, is $100, and this is just money that we get to spend however we want, and it really helps us not to kind of get upset about finances. And then subscriptions, we're budgeting $60 this month, and that's just mainly for like Apple Music, and then we have Apple Care for like all of our products, so that, and that's mainly that. And then, okay, so Thanksgiving in house. This year we are hosting Thanksgiving at our house. It's very exciting. It's the first year that we have a house at Thanksgiving, and since we have such a small house, we actually don't have very much dining space inside. We only have space. We have like an island, and it seats 4 people. But in the summer, Jared built a table, an outdoor table that's like 10 feet long that seats 10 people. So praying that the weather will be good. It usually is in November in Texas. It'll probably be like 70 degrees, which anyone who's in the north is probably like, what? But yep, that's the reality. It'll be 70 degrees. So we're going to do Thanksgiving outside, and I have had to purchase already some stuff for that, like serving dishes. I wanted a nice set of dishes. You know, I have like some from IKEA that I got in college, and I have like mismatched ones. So I bought 10 white dining plates, and I want to buy some like little placemats to go under that. And I just want like that cutesy fall vibe. So I want to do like rattan placemats. But then also, like, we will be providing the turkey. So I know that's kind of expensive. I've never hosted Thanksgiving dinner before, so I don't know how expensive. It will be a potluck, so everyone will bring like side dishes, but we will be providing that. And then also I wanted to do a fun fall cocktail. And so I know we'll need to get alcohol too, which is kind of expensive. So I wanted to budget $70 for that. And then just like for regular, you know, we usually have a house budget for any decorations or house things that we want to buy. So I wanted to do 30 for that. But since some of it is house stuff, like plates, you know, that we'll use after Thanksgiving, I just lumped them together. So $100 in that category for a total budget of expenses of $1,190. So moving on to our next category is sinking funds. The first one is home maintenance. So we are putting $100 every month into this. And I know we should be putting more. And that's honestly, that's my theme with everything. We should be putting more. But I've just read that you should be putting 1% of your home value every year towards home maintenance. So for us, when we bought our house, it was $185,000. So you do 1% of that, and then you divide it by 12, and that number per month was $180. And then honestly, our home value has risen since we bought the house, so we should even up it more, but I just don't have room in the budget for that. So right now we're putting $100 towards home maintenance. And then we do have other, you know, our emergency fund in case something like the air conditioner broke. I'm praying that doesn't happen. It's actually a pretty new system. All of our stuff is pretty, like a newer roof, newer plumbing, that kind of stuff. So I hope we don't have any huge expenses soon, but you never know. And then renovation. Like I said, since we bought our house, we've been doing little renovation projects, and recently we finished up our kitchen renovation that we were doing. Our next big project, I think, is going to be outside. We want to, since we have such a small indoor space, we're working on making our outdoor space like extra living space. So we have a fire pit right now, like that we bought from Home Depot, and then 2 Adirondack chairs. But I want to make like kind of take out the grass from the fire pit area and like make it a real fire pit with more chairs and like sand underneath, that kind of thing. So that's going to be labor and money intensive. So that's our next thing. We won't be doing that next month because we don't have the funds right now, but we are saving for it. So I'm just putting $50 towards that. And then travel. This is our kind of biggest goal right now, I would say, by like the money. We are planning to put $500 towards that this month, and we are taking a 2-month trip to Europe next summer. If everything goes according to plan, that's our goal. So we are trying to just stash a ton of cash for that. And then gifts. We don't have any like birthdays in November, but we are putting $100 towards gifts. We are always like negative in this account, so I just want to always be adding to it. And then Christmas, we are putting $80 towards this month, and we'll probably spend some, get some Christmas gifts in November. hopefully we'll get them all. I like to be ahead of the game, and we have quite a bit of money set aside for that. So this fund is for Christmas gifts and then also for like decorations. So we'll need to get like outdoor lights this year, and that will come out of this fund. And then our health sinking fund, we're just putting $50 towards. And then auto, we are putting $100 towards, which I know will just get taken right out because Jared's registration is due this month, and that's $100. So that's going to be like a null ad. So for our sinking funds total, we have $980. And then I don't know how much we'll be starting with because we haven't finished October yet. So I don't know if we will still have any more spending out of that. So that's why I have that blank. Yeah, and then as far as savings for investments, we are planning on doing $302. Such a small and random amount, I know. We have it set up right now, so $150 goes into each of our Roth IRAs every month, and then like a $2 fee. So that is that, and we want to raise that, and hopefully we will. My goal, honestly, is to get to where I don't have all of these sinking funds, but we just have like them, we work on them one at a time so that we can put more towards things like investment. And the other goal that we're working on, this is kind of where all of our excess funds go right now, is our emergency fund. So our goal is to have $10,000 in there, and right now I think we have $7,700. So we're putting every extra penny there, which this month only is $68. So it's not very much, but we are hoping obviously to do more. If we gain more income, that's where most of it will go. So our total for that category is $370, and that is a zero-based budget. So every dollar that we have coming in is given a name. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know if you want me. I was like listing these budgets on Etsy so that you could purchase and download them, but I haven't been having, very much interest in them. And so I was like, this is a lot of work for me because I have to like reformat it to do that instead of just like uploading my exact form. And it costs money to list things on Etsy, so it doesn't really make sense for me to list things if people aren't interested. So if you do want me to put it on, I definitely can. Just let me know. But I hope you guys have a really good November and that you don't spend too much as we get into the holiday season. I know it gets crazy, and I am just saying, you don't need it. Whatever it is, your kids don't need it. You don't need it. It's not necessary to have a good holiday to go into debt. So I will see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.